Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Working Trader, where we look at the Euro USD and GBPUSD and come up with trade ideas for the day, if there are any. So, looking at Forex Factory, today is a Thursday, and we do have high impact news on the USD. That's GDP and core PCE. That's around 130. Okay. In the grand scheme of things, that may be more medium to low impact, okay, when we are scaling or grading the high impact news events. So looking at the charts, so as you can see, the Euro USD is continuing with the pro trend continuation, okay, after the break of structure. So we don't know when it's gonna print that low to then switch bullish, okay, but the expectation is that at any point price could start pulling back, okay, but as it stands, it's continuing with that pro trend run. And then for the pound, for GU, we have met that objective. We are this low, right, these very difficult lows, and then price did sweep those lows, and then it's come back inside the range, okay. So this demand has now failed, and now we have mitigated. All right, we have retested this extreme again, okay, and that's what we're interacting with at the moment. So it is possible price could continue to push a bit lower before it then switches bullish. Okay, it is possible. It can continue a bit lower and then push to the upside. So let's look at EU, and then on the 4H. So looking at EU on the 4H, this is now our swing range, which is bearish. Okay, so we have a bearish swing range. This is our break of structure. This is the PI, which we mitigated, and you're seeing price respecting it. Okay, and we've had a bullish engulfing candle, and then price is slowly pushing to the upside. So looking at 50-minute, and look at the 15-minute, we did mitigate that extreme POI that we had yesterday. Okay, so we did mitigate in this POI, and then from there we can see we're starting to react. Price did start to push up during the New York session. Okay, during the New York session. So as you can see, of course, price did continue to push and push a bit lower until New York. That's when we had that reversal to the upside. Okay, so looking on ahead today, what would be our targets? What could we expect? Okay, what could we expect? So we do have that's relative. Those relative equal highs right there. With Asia high, and then there's equal highs right here on the left during the New York session of a previous day. Surprised they push lower, so we had low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, and then internally we've broken to the upside, and then we've continued to the upside. So my expectation is that price will probably continue bullish. Okay, my expectation is that price will probably continue bullish with this area right there. and this one right there. So whilst all of this price is reacting from here and respecting, okay, and respecting, and of course we do understand that we are in a bearish trend, all right, and then trying to go long right now is counter to that bearish trend. But my expectation is that we'll either mitigate or sweep these areas, all right, and then be looking for longs, at least targeting that Asia high, and maybe this this area of supply at the top. Okay, so any sweep of here and a confirmation, or a taking Asia lows, giving a confirmation, taking that low as well. So this makes it really difficult lows. So all these are possibilities of price, being able to push down, take sweep any of these areas, right? If that happens, I'm expecting price to react and continue going to the upside. Okay. Also, given that we had a break of structure, and after break of structure we do expect to have a pullback at some point, and so I think this may be the start of that pullback. Okay, this may be the start of that pullback. So that's what I'm looking at on Euro USD, on EU. So let's see. Okay, so let's see what to expect. On GU. Alright, so in GU, looking at 4H, let's start with the 4H. Alright, so GU as well, we've mitigated our extreme. Alright, our internal is bearish, so our swing has also shifted bearish now. So our swing and our internal, they're both bearish. Alright, okay, that's on the 4H. Of course, our daily, we do understand that it is bullish long term, and then we've mitigated this extreme demand. Alright, so in the meantime, price is definitely bearish. Okay, that's the range we're in. And then, so looking at the 15-minute, let's see, this was the swing. That's our break of structure. We haven't had a significant pullback, not even to equilibrium. Need a push up, push low. Okay, however, this is the internal range that we are in. Okay, so swing and internal, they're both aligned and bearish. So I'm going to move that, and then I'm going to have that. And that's my internal strong. And then this is the internal weak, which has led to that internal break of structure. So 15M, my boss, which means now this is my range. This is my current range. 15M internal. Okay. Alright, so we've had a break, push down, so after break of structure we do expect a pullback. Okay, And that should always be at the back of our minds. So with that pullback, so what do we have here? We obviously check this area, take these lows. Okay, swap these lows, and then during New York, that's when we had a reversal. So we had high, low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, then pushed up. Okay, so let me just start from here. Alright, so we have that, and then now we've broken structure, and then now we're continuing to the upside. This is what we have at the moment. Okay, so we broke structure, we pulled back. Okay, so my expectation is that we may have a reaction from these areas. Okay, we may have a reaction from these areas. And then this would be a zone to consider. Okay, right, so we could see price push lower, maybe sweep, and then my target would be, my expectation is that price might continue to the upside. Okay, at least to mitigate this area. Okay, else price will continue lower, mitigate this after sweeping these lows. Alright, after sweeping these lows. Alright, and then we can expect to see a reaction again. Okay, so that'll be the same thing. So the trend is heavily bearish, both swing and internal. Okay, so this would be counter everything, counter swing, counter internal. However, it's after break of structure, and we did mitigate something on the higher time frame. So expectation is that at some point the pullback will start, and this could be the start of that pullback. Okay, so those are my trade ideas for today. So please don't forget to like and to subscribe. If you're finding value in this material, help me reach 500 subscribers. Okay, help me reach that number. So do share the content. Okay, if you know someone who may benefit from it. Otherwise, have a great day, and Working Trader out.